you guys are pretty lucky because there's an election campaign on and you're missing it. You're missing being hassled at shopping centres, you're missing being monster railway stations and so on. Still, I'm not going to miss the chance to say a few words to you about giving Australia a better government. I'm a volunteer bush firefighter. I do a bit of surf life saving. I've got my daughters here with me because, to be honest, as with all parents, they're my best asset. Even politicians, our kids are our best asset. If you want a better government, and if you want our country to be all it can be in the years ahead, I reckon you've got to change the government that we've got. So please, don't forget to fill out those postal vote applications. And if you want to know who to vote for, I'm the guy with the not bad looking daughters, isn't that right?
We've been watching you guys on TV at home. You're doing a really good job. Keep going, stay positive, and remember to vote for Dad.
I don't know too much about the latest things. Like, for example, I was waiting to hear if he would talk about the Gonski, the Gonski approach method, if he gives the Gonski, or isn't one of his daughters gay? So I was hoping his sister. I was hoping he would talk about that. From the last time I heard, he was still against it, but he wanted to push for his party to have a conscience vote. So that was more than what the Labor was giving us. They are all about reducing. They're about reducing taxes. I don't know the formal word for it.
That's all right.
They have mentioned things such as cutting the deficit down by cutting costs elsewhere, which will impact mining.
Turning back the boat.
Yeah, turning back the boats, which is
controversial.
Hard.
When it's safe to do so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's too sweet. Yeah.
Again, like I don't know how it's changed, and I hope it has. The main thing with me was about taking care of the people, like the individuals. So it was about looking at, pensioners. It was about looking at people who, like healthcare workers and things like that.
To marry Therese, to promise to love and support her, and for her to promise the same to me in front of our families and friends, well, this is one of my happiest memories in my life. And her love and support for me over more than 30 years of marriage have meant more to me than I could ever tell. I've been thinking about the meaning of marriage for a long, long time. I won't hide the fact that this has been a long and difficult journey for me. But here's what I know. We are at our best when we give all Australians the same dignity, the same opportunity for happiness. I believe that no matter whom we love, we all should be able to make the same promise that I was able to make to Therese over 30 years ago. That all of us should be allowed to marry the one we love. That's why, if I'm elected Prime Minister, I will support marriage equality legislation within the first 100 days of the Parliament. I won't force anyone on this issue. It will be a free vote for members of the Labor Party. So if you support gay marriage, I will need your support at this election. It's time to make things better. It's time for marriage equality. I believe the Church can retain its own arrangements for marriage between a man and a woman, but we, the secular state, should provide an opportunity for marriage equality for all. I'll hope you join me in this campaign.
Did he say within 100 days? That's
Yeah. That's amazing.
It won't happen, but he'll open it up.
Can I just say something to that? And you've got to his party weren't supporting him on marriage equality before we came in here.
They weren't.
So although
he said nothing about it, he had in the past said that he was for it. And we have Penny Wong now on the bench, but he hadn't come out and said his stance on it. That's the first time we've heard him say that he's going to be behind it.
Do you trust K. Rudd? Can we trust him? He's already.
Can you trust the Labor Party?
I don't trust
maybe not.
I don't trust
any of them. No.
I don't trust the Labor Party one bit.
So do we pick the one that we trust most out of a bunch that we trust?
The one that you believe is best for the country.
Four evils.
It's always between Labor and Liberal.
Yes,
the little parties do not
vote
have a say. Labor over the years have just proven themselves to be just a tumultuous party. They don't support each other. They backstab each other, and they
Anyway,
it's like a soap.
Stop, we all saw what we saw. So
How is Labor going to be different from what Julia Gillard or Kevin Rudd's given us in the past?
It just depends how many voters are coming from our generation to our parents and to...
Could it just be flavour of the month?
He didn't
That was nothing. It's not the most important topic we could have bang up.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a house of 20-something-year-olds, what do they care about gay marriage? Talk about that.
He didn't give us a personal message, so I'm not
I
happy
wished it
about
was a
that.
personal message.
I think it matters.
Yeah, I wished it was a personal one.
Does that get played on TV then?
Housemates, the polling booth is now open.
Yeah.